Hello and welcome another daily trading video. Today we are on Bitcoin and it has actually given us quite a big move up. Okay, so we're just gonna go through what has happened, what I'm seeing, what I think is gonna happen, and what my indicators are saying. For a start, I'm gonna delete everything. So I'm gonna start from scratch. Okay. I'm on Bitcoin. I'm on the 4-hour time frame, and we're actually going to move up to the daily time frame. First off, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to trace right here. There was a daily gap, okay, which served as a resistance in the video from yesterday. Okay, I don't know if you watched it, and if you haven't, here's a quick recap. I personally traded short because I thought, we've hit this resistance. This was a daily gap, and we hit it. We had this resistance back down. I was waiting for a little pullback to then join the movement to go back down. Okay, that was my move, and I also said I placed my stop loss just above this daily gap, because if we lost this daily gap, there was quite a high chance that we were going to go to the 80,000 price mark. Okay, so the price has gone up. It has hit my stop loss. Fair, it does happen. I don't have a magic ball. Don't know what is going to happen, but lost my stop loss, which is fine. That just means that this resistance isn't really a thing anymore, and the gates towards 80,000 have now opened. Okay, so I'm also going to trace, there is a gap around this area. There's a daily gap right there. I'm going to extend a bit more to the left. And if I go on the weekly time frame, there is also a gap right here. Okay, so weekly wise is the same thing as yesterday. The oscillator looks like it's starting to move slightly up. We have a big weekly gap here, and then on the daily time frame we have also got a smaller gap sitting here. Okay, so we have a daily gap inside a weekly gap. Why do I think that the price is now going up to 80,000? Because there's the weekly gap, there's a daily gap. It was a previous pivot point for Bitcoin, and as well, if I trace a Fibonacci retracement from this high down to the lowest low, you can see that the golden pocket sits very, very nicely just in between here. Okay, so the golden pocket sits between 78,800 and 83,000, which is where the daily gap is and where the weekly gap is. Okay, so that's my target for Bitcoin. I don't know when it's gonna make it there, if it's gonna go to tomorrow, the day after. Me personally, I'm not going to trade it. I think it's risky to try trade short now or to try trade long now. I think I'm too late to this move up. Don't really want to join it. I'm not too eager to join on the move up. What I do know, what is very clear, what I have been saying for quite a while now, as soon as the price starts to go in this area, I am gonna go short. This is a really big resistance area. As soon as we go into this area, I am gonna trade short. Okay, now can you trade this? I really want to, I don't want to trade this, but if you really want to trade this, you're like, I'm desperate to trade it, I want to make money, cool. This was a bit of a pivot point there, and then now here, by the looks of it, you are oversold. You have a little bit of green money flow. You can trade it in theory. Okay, this should have a little pullback. Maybe we might go test out this previous resistance, this old daily gap. Okay, maybe we do go back and test it. There is a chance. I'm not going to trade it. I find it too risky. I'm going to sit and wait patiently until the price goes up here. As soon as we go here, that is when I'm going to be trading down. Okay, so let me just delete all of this. If I move down to the 4-hour time frame, I can maybe delete the Fibonacci retracement. I think that's quite clear as well. And then now here is roughly the same thing, okay? You wanted to trade it, cool. You can trade it. You can. You are oversold. You do have a bit of green money flow. And you basically hit the previous high. And you went slightly above it. You went slightly above it. Hold on, I want to make sure it is. There we go. So you did grab a little bit of liquidity from just on top of it. It looks like it is due a move down. And, you know, like I said, there is a chance that we go test out this daily gap that we were, these previous highs. Maybe we do. Maybe you want to trade this short and then from here go long. That's up to you. Really quickly, I'm going to show you on the heat map how we've basically gone to grab some liquidity. We haven't grabbed it all. Actually, you can see there's still some left, but it does look like we might have a little wick up. This is not fully if I delete this is not fully oversold yet. It looks like it could have a little bit more of a move up, which could be one little wick up to grab this whole liquidity and then do the little move down that it looks like it wants to do. And then again here you can see how there's more liquidity to grab, which is on the roughly 80,000 price point. Okay, so that's what I think is happening with Bitcoin. Let me just delete everything now and you will see how our indicators say the exact same thing. I'm going to turn on the order blocks. I'm going to turn on the smart trend, which is the biggest and the nicest indicator that we use. So why did I say that you could trade, that you could trade it now as a short? The smart trend is still purple, has not changed. On the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, the smart trend is still saying this is going down. You're kissing the smart trend. You're in a 4-hour order block. You're oversold. You've got green money flow, which is not big. This is big money flow. This is not big money flow. Can you trade it? If you want. If you want to, you can trade it. You do also have another order block here. Maybe you might want to do something like that. Just above the recent high, 1.5. And then risk it with this. Maybe looking at this now, I might even try something like this. I don't know. But that's that on the daily as well. So I think is roughly the same thing. I just want to see where the gaps are. Yes, I've traced this gap correctly, which is again why I was saying as soon as we hit this area, I'm going to go short. We have this smart trend here. We have the daily gap. We have the weekly gap. I'm now going to turn on the pivots and the dynamic zones to make sure I trace a very nice, very professional, very accurate Fibonacci retracement. You can see as well, golden pocket lands very nicely, just where I was saying earlier. Okay, so yeah, can you trade it now? I guess so. You can go on smaller time frames, see what's up. It's giving you a divergence on the 1-hour time frame. It looks like it's starting to work a little bit. You've already had, it's not much, it's not crazy. Well, you had a 1.7% move. You know, that's up to you. You do what you want to do with your account. That's it. Okay, so that's that for Bitcoin. I want to move on to USDT dominance. Okay, and it's roughly the same thing. Again, I'll start again from 0. I'll start without the indicators and then I'll turn them on, and you will see how it all turns on and it's all a lot easier to read. Okay, do we want to go daily? Yeah. So here, this is USDT dominance. If USDT dominance drops, Bitcoin and crypto goes up. If the dominance goes up, all of the cryptos go down. Okay, so I'm going to trace a Fibonacci retracement from this low up to the high. you will see that what we did was we had a bit of resistance on the golden pocket. We lost it briefly, we recuperated it, and then we lost it fully. Okay, what is Fibonacci's law? What happens when you lose the golden pocket? When you lose the golden pocket, you go to test out the 100% of the whole phase, which means that Bitcoin and crypto still has room to go up because the USDT dominance still has room to go down. Okay, now daily time frame, you are oversold. You do have a little bit of red money flow. That does mean that there is a chance that USDT dominance now has a little bounce back up, like a little correction, because it did drop quite a lot. There is a chance that you do have this little bounce back up, which could be used in your analysis to help you take a decision on whether you want to trade your cryptos or not. Same thing, I'm going to remove it, go on the 4-hour time frame, a bit easier to see. You know, traced the exact same thing. Yeah, we're oversold. We do have red money flow. Only thing is though, be careful. That is small money flow. That is small money flow. That is long and is big. Okay, that is bigger money flow. Okay, so you know, you do your own thing. I'll take my own decision. I'll see whether I want to trade it or not. And yeah, okay, so that's USDT. And then now very finally, oh, hold on, let me turn on all of these and then we can see if we find anything more important. Yeah, also, well, very similar thing. If for whatever reason, okay, we do not stop here and we move back down even more, there's a weekly gap that's quite strong. There's a daily gap as well as the smart trend, which on the daily time frame it is green. And if you know the USDT dominance, if it goes up, cryptos go down. Okay, so if we do have this and the dominance goes down, this is going to be a really high reaction zone where there is a really high chance that the price is going, well, that the dominance is going to shoot back up, which is going to send all of the cryptos crashing down. Okay, so I think I've left that pretty clear as well for this. Let me go on Ethereum and then we can finalize it. The beauty of doing the analysis on Bitcoin is that I just have to, it's like a very similar pattern for Ethereum and for most cryptos. You know, not for shit coins, but for higher cap coins. Okay, they all have a very similar kind of structure. Okay, daily time frame as well. The only thing that is a bit, I don't know if worrying is the right word, but the only thing that's a bit different with Ethereum is that Bitcoin's got a weekly gap a bit higher. Ethereum, we've already collided against it. You know, we've hit a strong daily weekly gap, which was once a resistance. We've gone back up, we've tested it. Smart trend on the daily time frame is purple. You're oversold, you've got really small money flow, you've hit a previous resistance, you've actually, did you grab liquidity? Good. Yeah, you've grabbed previous liquidity. You're reacting on a weekly gap. This does have a bit of a higher chance. This does convince me a bit more that there's going to be a pullback. Okay, this does look a bit nicer for a short. Then again, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I will see later on if I do trade it or if I don't. So can Ethereum go up? Yeah, if Bitcoin goes to 80,000, 85,000, 83,000, wherever, can this go up more? Yes, we have this daily gap here. If for whatever reason it does escape this weekly gap, we've got another daily gap here, as well as a daily order block. Okay, so above here, we've got much higher resistance. Also, if for whatever reason the price does go up, this was a previous anyway. If I just trace something like this, roughly, you can see how here this was resistance, 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 resistance. We broke it, support, 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 support. We broke it. And, you know, this sort of square rectangle thing lands very nicely just on the end of this weekly gap and on the start of this daily gap. Okay, so if we do break this daily gap on Ethereum, that is probably going to be my next price target. But then we will cross that bridge when we get to it. I will do that analysis when the time comes. For now, this is where we are. On the 4-hour time frame, Ethereum, you're oversold. You've just hit a weekly gap. You've just hit a previous high. But the only thing that is scaring me a bit, the only thing that's turning me away from it, is this bigger money flow. It's not massive. It's not massive. This was massive. This was big. It's not insane. It's not scary. But, you know, I'll have a proper think. But anyways, this is not financial advice, and you know this. This is just what I'm gonna do, what I'm seeing on my chart. Full stop. This is not me telling you what to do by any means. So yeah, I think that concludes the analysis for now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure 1, you click like, 2, you subscribe, because those are 2 free things that you can do that help us out quite a lot. And then 3, make sure you go watch the video for tomorrow to see what happens. And then yeah, see you tomorrow.